This is Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review with your college basketball play of the day for Monday, March 6th. A disappointing result for me and for the St. Peter's Peacocks yesterday as they go down to defeat against Iona in the MAC semifinals. Their defense, which was their calling card, was not at their best, and that was the difference in the end. Iona's shooters got hot in the second half and carried Iona to victory. Let's see if we can bounce back with our Monday play of the day, and we're going to go to West Coast Conference action for that. It's the second semifinal here in the West Coast Conference, 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Pacific, tip-off, ESPN2. It's the BYU Cougars taking on the St. Mary's Gaels. We have St. Mary's a 7.5-point favorite, total of 141.5. This game and this entire tournament taking place at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. And usually when BYU plays, in the Las Vegas Bowl in college football, or they play in this tournament at the West Coast Conference tournament in Las Vegas, they bring a good fan following. BYU fans usually travel, support the team. I'd expect that, so I think it's going to be a decent following for BYU. I don't want to call it a home game for BYU, but I probably think there's a good chance we may see as many, if not more, BYU fans in attendance for this game. But that's a factor, and I think it's a nice thing to have for BYU. Certainly, though, what I'm more concerned about is how the matchup on the court goes. Well, you know what? I'm going a little bit against the grain here because if you look at the two regular season meetings between BYU and St. Mary's won them convincingly. Both of them 81-68, 70-57, 13-point victories in both games for the Gaels. Certainly it indicates, hey, maybe they've got a matchup edge. Maybe they just match up very, very well against this BYU team. So if you're looking to lay the points here with St. Mary's for that reason, I certainly couldn't fault you for that or deny your logic or reasoning behind it. But the reason I'm going to look at the underdog here in this game, it's as much mental and psychological as it is what's going to take place on the court. Look, BYU, prior to last week and that road game at Gonzaga, when they matched up against Gonzaga and St. Mary's, the top two teams in the West Coast Conference, they got soundly beaten in all three games. The first one against Gonzaga in Provo, and then, of course, both meetings against St. Mary's. So, all of a sudden, at Gonzaga, they put things together. They have a very good shooting performance. They hang tough with Gonzaga on the boards. That was the impressive part of when they went to Spokane and beat Gonzaga, handing them their one and only loss this season in that 79-71 win. It's BYU's ability to hang with Gonzaga on the glass. They actually out-rebounded Gonzaga 37-35, +2 advantage in rebounding for BYU. That tells me this team showed some toughness and showed a better ability on the inside. And usually BYU and their weakness over the years has been inside the paint play. They've been a perimeter team for the most part. And inside, they haven't exactly been a force. But to see them actually out-rebound Gonzaga in that victory, I think that bodes very well for them, particularly here this time around facing St. Mary's, this newfound confidence with rebounding the basketball and interior play, because they're going to be going up against a great big for this St. Mary's team. Talking about Jock Landale. He's had a tremendous season for the Gaels. 16.9 points per game, 9.4 rebounds per game. He's an absolute monster in the paint for St. Mary's. But the one issue I have with St. Mary's, and it's why I think they're here in the conference and Gonzaga's up here, St. Mary's is a they rely on two guys for their scoring more often than not. Calvin Hermanson and Jock Landale. Those two guys up front. I mean, those are the two guys that really come through for them. I haven't seen a great guard play at any point, consistent guard play. I mean, we've seen flashes from Joe Rahan. We've seen flashes from Emmett Nahr on this St. Mary's team, but that hasn't been consistent play and consistent quality production from the backcourt. They've had to rely a lot on Hermanson and Jock Landale. And I think with BYU getting the confidence, hey, we took on a team with a bunch of size in the paint in Gonzaga, and we outboarded them, which means we out-toughened them just a little bit. I think that goes a long way, and just the confidence of winning that basketball game, because they hadn't played well against the top two teams in the conference. Now all of a sudden BYU, hey, we just beat Gonzaga in Spokane. We just handed them their first loss of the season. Why can't we go into this court here in Las Vegas tonight and give St. Mary's a battle, even though they beat us by double digits both times earlier? It's all about confidence, and I think the confidence here for this St. Mary's team is going to be there, or for this BYU team is going to be there this time around when maybe it wasn't earlier in the season. So let's go ahead and make it official. Play of the day, we're going to take St. Mary's BYU rather, plus 7.5, rotation number 541, the BYU Cougars, plus 7.5, your play of the day in college basketball for Monday, March the 6th. All right, that'll wrap it up. I'm Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review. Until next time, enjoy the games and good luck.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.